I'm continuing this series I've started on how to keep from being a church that hurts others and even become a church maybe that helps heal others. As we continue in this series, so that we don't lose people to the world and people walking away from the church. We talked last time about praying for each other. This time I want to talk about loving each other. And again, I know that this is something you have heard before, but I want to revisit this idea. 1 John 4:7-8 says, "Beloved, let's love one another, for love comes from God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love." And so with that statement in mind, we need to be a church that is loving each other well. And so I have three statements to make about this. First, loving each other is the defining characteristic of the followers of Jesus Christ. Jesus said very clearly, they will know you're my disciples by your love for one another. And that is an identifying characteristic of the church, that we love each other well. If we are failing to love each other well, we're failing to be the church. And so let's make sure that we love each other well. The second thing I see is that Jesus commanded that we love each other as he loved us. In 1 John chapter 2, verses 9-11, it says, "Anyone who claims to be in the light but hates a brother or sister is still in the darkness. Anyone who loves their brother and sister lives in the light, and there is nothing in them to make them stumble. But anyone who hates a brother or sister is in the darkness and walks around in the darkness." We're supposed to love as he loved us, and love is the evidence that we are his. The third thing in this is that the absence of love renders everything else we do meaningless. And that comes from 1 Corinthians 13. And that passage says, "If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give my body over to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing." Without love, the absence of love renders everything else we do as a church useless, meaningless. So let's make sure that we are a church that loves each other well. And I think that when we love each other as Jesus loved us, we're going to find that people don't want to leave. They don't want to leave that kind of a setting, that kind of atmosphere, that kind of a community. So let's be that community to each other. God bless you. Have a great week.